did meditation outside again this morning, and it came with a very different experience today. Yesterday there was this real expansive openness, like a loss of separation of the barrier of my physical body. And this morning there was this slow steadiness, very kind of internal feeling, as if I was down in a deep well inside myself, and there was also this awareness that, you know, the experience is just the experience, it's the content, and the I that is witnessing these different experiences, that is the subtle point of awareness. Which is ultimately the constant. The experiences change and reflect different inner states or moods, but that witnessing I is the constant. And there was an interesting period in this morning's meditation when I started to feel, quite soon after sitting down, this like sensation in my throat, like the first symptoms of a sore throat, and at some point as well it felt like it was going into my chest, like a burning sensation. And immediately my mind is like, oh, I'm getting ill. Oh, I was out a lot yesterday, I saw a lot of people. How did I catch this bug? You know, did I drink from a cup that was not properly clean, or did I hug someone who had been ill? And, you know, straight away the mind is like, this is a problem, and what am I going to do to fix it? You know, oh, I don't want to be ill, I've got things going on in the days ahead. What am I going to do about this? And I noticed this pattern arising. It's very familiar because, as I said in one of my very first videos, I've never been a good patient. You know, I don't like being ill. It really sets off like self-pity, and has always affected my state of mind. Well, always has, for quite a long time, affected my state of mind. And so noticing this pattern beginning, and there was still this slow steadiness, like it wasn't a really panicky like flurry of thoughts. It was just like these little thoughts popping up, like, oh, what's gone wrong? There's a problem here, I need to do something about it, I don't want to be ill. There was a resistance. And so I just focused on just bringing my awareness to the sensations in my body. Just that, just bringing awareness to them, not listening to any of the thoughts around them, just being with the sensation, and withdrawing my energy from the fear that was essentially driving these thoughts. And so I did that. I just brought my awareness to the really minute sensations I was feeling in my throat and in my chest. And at one point, this sensation in my chest seemed to move down inside my body, down into my belly area. And I was just following, I was just tracking the sensations. and noticing how when I did this, there was no longer this mindset of them being a problem, and when I took away that problem mindset, I was just seeing them as energetic vibrations in my body. And at one point I had the thought, well, let's say my tendency when I feel like I'm beginning to get sick is that I'll take something, some kind of natural medicine to ward it off. So that might be homeopathy or propolis or vitamin C. And I thought at one point, should I take propolis? And the thought hadn't even finished formulating in my mind. Those words hadn't even finished, speaking themselves in my head, when from another deeper place, the word resistance came up. And immediately I understood that taking something is a form of resisting what is taking place. Rather than just being okay with these physical sensations arising in my body, I'm creating resistance, or I'm in a place of resistance by trying to take something to prevent those symptoms. And this, on some level is quite challenging for me, because I'm so used to trying to fix it when I get ill. And I didn't go into some internal panic or anything dramatic, but there was this deep shift of mindset, or rather perspective on this matter, because it's something that is so ingrained in me, okay, I feel sick, I need to take something to fix it. And this idea of surrendering to the sensations in my body, is challenging at a deep ingrained level, this very familiar pattern or way of dealing with the situation of not feeling physically tip-top. So yeah, I feel like there's the potential to really shift an old pattern in a relationship with illness, whatever illness is. I feel like I've understood today, maybe more than ever, that it is an energetic phenomenon that plays out through what we perceive as the physical body. And I know I'm not the first person to say this. There are people saying it all around the world. And then there's the medical, particularly the Western medical point of view, that will contradict that as well. But it's another opportunity to experiment and to use my living inner laboratory to test out this idea.